Hello Redditors, welcome back to Tales Against Humanity. Now, let's get started. In today's episode, why we wash our hands. So have you ever seen someone that works retail and washes their hands religiously? Allow me to give you a prime example as to why. So I used to work in my store's phone center, which is right by the front door. Since it was located so close to our most used entry, it would sometimes get pretty warm with the doors constantly opening for all the people coming in and out. So we had a little fan on our counter by the register, but behind a divider, so it was out of view from customers. So I was working up there one day, and this old guy, 60-65 maybe, come in for me to help him with his phone. As he came in, I noticed he looked kind of sweaty, which was understandable as it was a fairly hot day. I also thought his hair looked kind of sweaty, but no, his hair was just extremely greasy, to the point that I saw it literally dripping. It was so wet from grease that it looked like he had dunked his head in water about 30 seconds before walking into the store. He gets to the counter, and I attempted to grate his as I do for all customers, but I had to stop and pause halfway through to suppress the immediate urge to instantly vomit when his smell hit me. So it probably sounded something like, "Hi, how can I?" Small choking/gagging noise. Help you, I'm not exaggerating when I say it smelled like someone had taken a porta-potty that has been used for a week at a state fair, dumped it in the middle of a highway for a week during an extreme heat wave, and then this guy came along and rolled in it. Also, he brought flies in with him, as in they followed him in, like at least 5 or 6 of them. It's not a stretch to say that smelling raw sewage would have been preferable. I subtlety pointed the fan as much towards him and away from me as I could without making it obvious, so it would be blowing the nose hair-singeing smell away from me, and tried to continue as best I could, while leaning as far back as I could without looking like I was trying to get away from him. He told me his phone wasn't calling out and he wanted me to fix it. Now, normally, I don't have a problem holding a phone if a customer hands it to me, but this phone was the most disgusting thing I had ever been handed. He told me he had only bought it a couple months prior when he pulled out a flip phone that was supposed to be black in color. What he actually pulled out was something that once upon was most likely black, but was now one giant stain that was covered in dried drops of brownish mystery liquids. It also had a yellowed screen, which should not be able to happen in the very short span of the couple of months that he had it. I told him to just set it on the counter for me. I used only my fingertips to touch his phone and use speakerphone when I made a test call. I got his phone fixed and sent him off all happy. Then I looked at my fingertips that I had used, and I'm not kidding when I say it looked like I had been handling rusty nails for hours. At which point I once again almost vomited. Suffice to say I used almost an entire bottle of hand sanitizer. Then went to the restroom to scrub my hands till every bit of brown was off and my hands were completely red. Then another hand drenching of sanitizer. I now impulsively sanitize my hands after every customer, regardless of whether or not I've touched anything from them. So next time you see someone obsessively sanitizing their hands, just let them. You never know what they might have been through. Story 2. I don't accept being yelled at. I work for a national car repair and tire company. I am the manager and I'm a nice guy, but that doesn't mean you can be mean. Today, we had a 20-year-old European car come in. The customer complained that his brakes are squeaking. He wants an air conditioning recharge. He did not request an air conditioning inspection I offered. He chose to just have it evacuated and recharged. His/C didn't get substantially colder, but did. Our procedure, as I explained, means we put a dye in the S/C refrigerant and inspect it a few days later for evidence of the dye, only seen with a clock light and special glasses. His brakes were brand new from some other company in shop. He got the brakes over a year ago, but drove less than 1,000 miles, very rarely, and it sat most of the time. I explained to him that he needs to return to the original shop and request a different quality brake pad and to replace TE rotors. If he got it done at my company, I would eat the cost and replace them under warranty. He called about 30 minutes after his wife picked up the car and complained the S/C was not cold. It was only 60 F today, so I don't know how, and his brakes still squeaked. I tried to yet again explain the process and that his brakes were safe, brand new, and needed a higher quality pad to remove the squeak. While I was trying to explain, he told me not to interrupt him, that his kids do that, and he started berating me. I hung up on him. He called back and half-heartedly apologized and started in again at the yelling. I hung up on him again. He called a third time and I told him I will refund his service, as I am no longer able to service his vehicle. I will lose your business rather than have you insult me or my techs. Story 3. Sir, that's sales tax. So, I work at a certain game store that recently had a stock thing happen. My position is somewhat equivalent to what a shipped lead would be at other stores, but we call it something kind of stupid. In essence, I'm the lowest form of management that you can get in store. I can open and close the store by myself. I can make some calls without needing permission, but my power only extends to a certain point. Another thing of note is that I just moved to my state less than a month ago, but I've been working with this company long enough to have a decent idea of what I'm doing, with a little bit of variance because I'm in a whole new store/district/region. Unfortunately, at my new store, there's pretty much only 3 of us. There's a manager who's only running the store temporarily. She basically does what I do, but can order supplies and make schedules, and one other person of my own status. A week or 2 ago, I'm in the store with my coworker Benny. I work at a slow store, so we were goofing around as we were processing our shipment behind the counter and the phone rings. After a quick argument of who answers, I take the phone. Me. Cheery, thank you for calling. Game store at area of town, where you can still pre-order. Unreleased game customer. Hi. I bought an Xbox Series X bundle at your store not too long ago. Why does it say customer declined warranty coverage when I asked for the warranty? Me? Oh no. We must have rung that up wrong. If you come into the store I can. Customer. Well, I drove an hour and a half to get this, and I went through that again, but I paid for the warranty. Me. Confused. Sir, if your receipt says customer declined warranty coverage, then you didn't pay for the warranty. Customer. But I did. The bundle price was $650, and I paid $689.70. Me. Hold on for just a second. I haven't been at this location long. Let me ask one of my coworkers about this. So I turn and relay the problem to Benny, who frowns and goes to the register. I don't know what he's talking about. That's the price of the bundle after taxes. I nod a little, because that sounds about right. He scans the bundle and the details come up. Sure enough, $689.70. Me. Okay, sir. So it looks like you did not get the warranty by what your receipt says. If you come in, I can go ahead and customer. But I paid for it. Me? No, sir. The warranty would have been an additional $50 to the bundle price, but I can. Customer. The bundle price was $650. I paid $689.70. Me? Right, but that was the sales tax. On a purchase that size, I would expect it to be almost $50 in sales tax. Customer. Then why did that cover the $50 warranty? I paid the extra money. Do you have a manager I can speak to? Me? I am the manager on duty, but I'd like to try and get this resolved. What was the name on the receipt? Customer. Benny. And I remember him too. I spent a long time talking to him. Me? Great. He's here today. Let me talk to him and see what I come up with. So I don't mute this time and ask Benny about this guy. And I don't know, man, we had like 10 of those things that week. I don't remember everyone that came through for one. That was like 2 weeks ago, which is fair enough. We see quite a few people, and some will drive from quite far if we have something they want. I nod a little, going back to the phone. Me. Okay, sir. We can get you set up with a warranty, but since you declined it at time of purchase. Customer. No, I spent a long time talking to Benny, and he convinced me of it, so I wanted it. Me? Right, and that's on us. So what I can do for you is, if you come in with just the receipt, I can do a return and resell you the bundle with the warranty attachment for the $50 warranty. I'm confirming this with Benny too. He nods, says that sounds reasonable, and that maybe he remembers the guy. Benny, off to the side. I think, I remember talking to someone a while, but that guy definitely told me no to a warranty. Customer. You know it said you were supposed to be the manager and you've had someone else talking to you. I don't have time for this. I look at the phone, and he's hung up. Okay. He calls back a few minutes later and I don't answer the phone. I don't want to talk to this guy again. It rings again a few minutes after that and I hand it to Benny. I don't want to deal with this. I huff. Benny proceeds to have a similar conversation, with the added personal touch of the customer trying to make Benny feel guilty that he doesn't remember him. The I paid for the warranty. And the then what's this extra money come up again, and apparently he just isn't having that about. $48 is a 6% sales tax on a $650 purchase. He gets mad that Benny doesn't remember him and hangs up. So we go on with processing our shipment and the phone rings. I groan, but this time instead of customer's name, it says game store. 0000, those 4 zeros, should be a store number, but they are not. This is a call from somebody at corporate. I didn't know this at the time. Me. Hi, Game Store. This is Game Store. What can I do for you? 0000. Hi, this is Jake from Game Store Customer Care. I had a call from a gentleman about an Xbox bundle. What can you tell me about that? So I go on to explain that from what I understood, this person cannot grasp the concept of sales tax and thinks that because he paid an extra $1.48 in sales tax, that he is entitled to the $1.50 warranty because he paid for it, which is still in fact not how that works. Sales tax is sales tax. The government always gets their cut. Jake asked me what I wanted to do to solve this. I told him, if customer can bring in his receipt, I will do a return on the bundle and resell it all exactly as is, but with the warranty attached, but you would have to pay the $1.50 difference to actually purchase the warranty. Jake agrees that this is, in fact, reasonable and lets me know he will convey very clearly to the customer what I said. After this, of course, I have to play phone tag with my temporary manager and my district manager in case this guy kept trying to go over our heads with this. He never came into the store for his warranty.